Hey everyone, it's Lauren here, and I'm going to do a video today on lazy girl going out makeup, okay? Because, I don't know, I just don't feel like taking off my everyday makeup and redoing it, so I guess I'll just teach you some methods on how to, I don't know, just go with the flow, I guess. What some easy things you can do if you're going out. Okay, so first I make sure I always have a lot of Q-tips because I really suck at putting on makeup. I mean, the after effect I think is pretty good, but yeah, I don't know how to put it on without making a huge mess on my face, so I always make sure I have a bunch of Q-tips. So after that, I make sure I don't have any like goop in my eyes or anything like that because that's yucky. And sorry, it's really hot in here, but yeah, and so I just make sure everything's like kind of cleaned up down here. No goop, perfect. Okay, so next I take my liquid eyeliner. So I use NYX or NYX, whatever, strictly vinyl eyeliner. I'm a purple eyeliner gal, so that's what I use. And I like to go for the winged look when I'm going out, so I kind of just do a little wing. And since I already have my eyeliner on, it's kind of nice because I really don't have to go over it, but if there's some spots that are looking rough, I'll go over it a little bit. Okay, so I bet you're probably wondering why I didn't put on my eyeshadow first. Well, I always seem to mess up my eyeliner somehow, and so I always do the eyeshadow like after that if I'm doing my lazy makeup stuff. Okay, so for eyeshadow, I'm going to use my Naked 3 palette, which by Urban Decay, which I am absolutely in love with. Ooh, look at all of these beautiful colors. I'm obsessed with it. So what I'm going to start off with is this one right here. It's called Nooner. Ooh, Nooner. So it's like this little, yeah, right here. And I'm going to put it like just above my crease. Like I'm gonna put like some in the crease and like above it, you know, just to give it a little pop. Okay, and so next I'm going to do this dark one all the way on the end. It's called Darkest. Okay, Dark Heart. Whoa, Dark Heart. Okay, and I'm gonna put that on like the outer, like kind of corner, and almost like a V-ish thing. But make sure you tap off your brush before you do it because it's gonna put too much and not look that good. Okay, if you can see that, I got that on the outer corners. So next what I'm gonna do is take oh yeah, for the last two, I use this like special brush. I'm really not good at makeup terms, so yeah. It's like the more like flowy one, you know, like the paintbrush looking one. So this one I'm gonna use like the flatter one. It's a little bit more stiff, so then the color is just like the pigment's just like stronger instead of like dusted over. And so what I'm going to do is I take Buzz right here and I put that in the middle of my eye. So it's like in thirds, boop, boop, boop. So I put this one in the middle third. I kind of like overlap it over the dark eyeshadow. Okay, if you can see it's shiny. And then lastly, I'm going to take this flatter brush again, and I'm going to use Limit, which is like a light pink color, and I'm going to put it on the final inside third. When you're doing that, be careful not to get it on your eyeliner. If you're like me and I go all the way into the crease, I gotta be careful, and sometimes I'll go back over with my eyeliner if it really gets messed up, but right now I think it's working. And I also take Limit and I put it like to highlight my brow, right on my brow bone. Okay, and that's the eyeshadow. So next I'm going to move on to like fixing under here and some mascara. So I take a Q-tip and I wet it with my tongue, you know, and I just wipe all the stuff that isn't neat. Make it look nice. Next, I'm going to use my pencil. This is getting a little low, but I use, it's Empire by Urban Decay. Absolutely love it. It's amazing, and it stays on forever, even in the heat. So what I'm going to do is go right under my waterline, like on my lash line, and fill in. You can kind of see where I did. I only do half my eye because it tends to make my eyes like smaller instead of like, I want to make them pop and look bigger because I have small almond eyes. I know you can't tell, but yeah. Ta-da! And next I'm going to work on my mascara. I use Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, you know, basic me, but it works amazing, so I use it. Yeah. And since right now I do have on fake lashes, I'm only going to put it on my bottom, but I would suggest you put it on the top too. And if you mess up a little bit, just go on with a Q-tip and, you know, clean it up, but I did a good job, surprisingly. So next, what I'm going to do is bake my face, because if you can't tell, I've been sweating all day, and so I'm going to use my baking powder, my translucent setting powder. It's, can't remember, oh, Laura Mercier. Just, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a translucent setting powder, and it comes with this cute little stamper. And what I do is I put it on my forehead to get rid of the oil and the sweat, and I put it on my nose, under my eyes, and I kind of like where you can see my natural cheekbone, where it's like a natural contour, and I put it like right underneath that to make the contour pop out a little bit more. If you notice, I do a little padding because it helps like get it into your face more instead of like just smearing it all over and not getting it anywhere. Put a lot on my forehead because my forehead's a little shiny all the time. Like, I don't get it, but it is. And then I'm going to finish it off with right on my chin. So what I do is I usually set this on for like 3 to 5 minutes, and I just let it bake my face. It's funny, but yeah, and let it like soak up all of the oils. Yeah. Hey everyone, I'm back, and so I let that sit for about 5 minutes, and what I do is I take one of my brushes, like one that's fairly like movable, and these are just some cheap brushes I got off Amazon, so nothing special, don't even know the name, just got a brush set off Amazon. But I take this one, it's fluffy, and I just brush it off lightly, because you kind of want some to stay on, but you know, make sure you brush like the white part off, and like some will like stay on, I think. Don't really know the science of makeup, I just do it. But okay. So once you get that off, what I do next is I do my foundation. So I take my little, whatever that is, sponge, and what I use is Clinique Stay Matte Oil-Free Makeup. I use 07 right now because I'm tanner than usual. I know I'm pale as fuck, but I use 07 Cream Chamois. Fancy. But yeah, so put a little bit on my face. And a useful technique is when you're putting it on, don't rub it all over, unless like, you know, it's in like a little spot, but mostly like dab it on. So if you have dry skin, it won't like flake up and everything. It'll like pat it down, which is nice. So okay, and then I move on to my neck because we don't want a mismatched neck, you know. Okay, and next I work on just fixing the little spots I have. You see, I used to have a nose ring, so I have a little, you know, scar there. So I just take my Clinique Line Smoothing Concealer. Huge Clinique fan, love them. So I use 04 Medium, and I just put it on. Okay, and what I do is I let that sit for like a minute or so, let it like dry, but not dry up fully, because then you won't be able to like spread it or anything. So you let it dry so then it kind of like stays on your skin longer, but not fully dry. Okay, so I let them sit on my face a little bit longer, and I just give it a little boop, dab in there. I gently tap it, so then I spread it around a little bit, but I don't overly spread it, so then it's still covering the area I need. Okay, so next I work on my contour, and what I use for that is Kat Von D's contour kit. Love it, got it at Marshall's, and I can't ever find it again. I'm really sad, but what I do is I do a mixture of these two. And so first what I'm going to do is take this wider brush, a contour brush. I also got these brushes from, like, for this buffing brush, I got a brush set from Marshall's, very cheap, love it. They're amazing. So I'm going to use the buffing brush, and I'm going to do a little bit of the two I showed you, and I'm going to tap it off. And I do like a little like headband almost, I guess. I just start at my temples and I gently go across to my other temple, and I make sure that's there. One thing is you want to make sure it's not too dark, because yeah, that'll look weird. But because contours, I like to make it look natural, like a natural kind of contour. But if you're into that, whatever, do you. But then I do the same thing again with a contour brush, and I just so what I do is I go along my natural line, and I kind of swoop up just a tad and make like a J, and then I go up again, so towards my temple. So I'll show you again. I'm going to go down my natural contour line, swoop a little bit, and go up. Just to make it a little bit more natural and emphasize my cheekbones, because I really have like high cheekbones, or like apple-y ones, whatever. Okay, so next I use my detailer brush, and I do the same two combinations, and I start about like right at the bridge of the nose, I think that's called, whatever, and I go down, but I stop right about here, right before my nose goes out, because I just don't like how it looks when it goes straight down. I mean, you can do you, but I think it looks better, and it doesn't make your nose look long, like and like tilted downwards if you do it this way. And then I go right in these little dashes. Do the same thing along the other side. And then if you see, it looks very unnatural. So what I do is I like rub it in a little bit. I try to make it look more natural on my face. See? So you can still see it, but it's not two lines going down my face. So next I'm going to use my pointed foundation brush. I don't use these brushes what they're meant for, because, I don't know, like I said, I don't know the science of it, but I just do it. So I take this upper one, it's like a pinky, I don't know if you can see it, but it's more pink than the rest of them, and it's still light, and what I do is I take that brush and I just go down my nose, and I go on my cheekbones, just to highlight them. And then I also go down here where I put where I baked it. And then I do a little bit right above my eyebrows, just because that part gets a little sweaty throughout the night. So there we go. So next is my favorite part, highlighting. So tonight I'm feeling just good, so I am going to use my Cover FX, Cover Fix, whatever. It's like a liquid highlighter. It's a custom enhancer drops. Where to go? Right here. Okay. And the color I got was Blossom. So what I'm going to do is I shake it up before I use it. Oh my god, it's beautiful. And so I put a little bit on my cheeks, my cheekbones, and I put some right on the tip of my nose. What I do is I do it kind of above to make my nose not look like it's drooping down. And then I just rub it in a little bit, like along my cheekbones, kind of up towards my temples, and then on the tip of my nose. All right, and lastly, I'm gonna work on my eyebrows. So for my eyebrows, I use a NYX Cake Powder. I got this from Target, super cheap, but works amazing. I use the lighter one of the two on my eyebrows, and I don't really use a lot because I want them, like I said, I want them to look natural and not like caked on. But if that's you, you do you, because it's just all about personal preference. So there's one. Okay, so there's that. And another thing I also like about doing my eyebrows with this is it kind of like fixes them as I'm doing my eyebrows, so it's really nice. And last, we're gonna finish it off with my Urban Decay All Nighter Finishing Spray. Ta-da! Beautiful. Okay, so lastly, I'm going to finish it off with doing some lips, and one of my favorite lipsticks is Clinique. It's by Clinique. It's Clinique plus Jonathan Alder. Beautiful color, amazing. The color is Plum Pop, and I just, put it on my lips like regular lipstick. And that's how I finished off my look. So if you liked this video and my makeup, comment down below, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe, please. Comment down below for future video suggestions, and if you want to know anything else about this video, just let me know, and I'll get back to you. Thank you for watching. See you soon.